1916 by the American Bridge Company of Ambridge, Pennsylvania. It was built for the Central of Georgia Railway and their 7th Street shops in Macon, Georgia. This turntable here weighs 80 tons. Of course, with me and my conductor standing on it, we're now up to 82 tons.
Wow! Thanks.
It's okay, buddy. It's mostly me. I just ate a corn dog and some chips. It's mostly me, I promise. I think I made him mad. And it is 80 feet long. 80 feet seems quite a lot, and it is. But for the growing steam locomotives of the Central of Georgia, it was, well, too short. Only 7 years after it arrived in Macon, it was sent off to a branch line in Cedartown, Georgia, where they used much older and much smaller steam locomotives there. It would stay in Cedartown till about the 1970s, early 1970s, I should say, when it was retired. You don't have to worry about me and Jason standing on this 100% metal electrified turntable. As we all know, electricity does not pass through a bad conductor. Thank you, thank you. Now folks, we'll go ahead and get our locomotive on. If you watch down there at that end, you'll see the locomotive first come onto the table, and you'll see it drop down. Now the drop down means that all the weight is on that side and we are unbalanced. There's that drop right there, very subtle, but I promise it was there. Now it will go over the center here, over a big old center ball bearing that turns this whole thing, and that's what we need to balance on. Now down here at the dockhouse end where Jason is, you'll see that end drop down here in just a moment. That of course means that all the weight is balanced, and we can turn this thing with max efficiency. There's the drop right there, even a little teeter-totter. That means we are perfectly balanced. Now folks, the locomotive even right behind today is St. Louis, San Francisco, number 200. Even though they never made it to San Francisco, well, they started calling themselves the Frisco Railroad because, well, they did run through Frisco, Texas, so hey, close enough. 200 was built in 1941 by the Baldwin Locomotive Works as a VO 1000. 1000 stood for 1,000 horsepower. They bought 38 of these locomotives, with 200 being the very first one. The Frisco would repower the locomotives in the the late 1950s from their original Baldwin Westinghouse diesel motors to Electromotor Division 567C diesel motors, giving them an extra 200 horsepower, and they were reclassified as VO 1000 RPs. They continued to serve the Frisco until the 1970s, when the 200, along with a few of its sisters, were sold off to the U.S. Navy. The U.S. Navy would use it until 2015, when they would sell it to us here at CBRM. We would put the locomotive in storage for a few years until November of last year, when we put it in our shop, got it restored and operating and repainted. The locomotive has been used on and off ever since November of last year. Folks, if you look up right in our cab of our engineer, you'll see our engineer. That is Mr. Jim. And so I'll give him a nice wave around the applause for getting us through so safely. Now, our train's on track number 1, but we need to line up for track number 2 so that we can get around. Let's see if Jason can line us up. First try. There you go. Folks, that is how you turn a 1941 diesel electric locomotive with a 1916 turntable. Now, if you want to follow me, we'll head to our back shop to do the back shop tour.